What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Picky Garage. We're in the garage here with my GT350R, and I just wanted to talk with you guys today and give you all the information that I've heard and researched and talked to dealerships about in regards to the new 2020 GT500. Now, there's still up in questions, or some things are still up in question, like up in questions. For example, the transmission that they're going to be using, a lot of people believe it's going to be a 7-speed double clutch DCT transmission, kind of like the PDK transmission found in Porsches, you know, the GT3s, GT3 RS, and the Turbo S's. Now, whether or not that's going to come to be true and they're going to have a manual and automatic option, that's still to be discussed. It could be a automatic 10-speed transmission like the new 2018 GTs, which I have driven one on my Instagram. If you look at Picky Garage under, it's the Heritage Edition for GT, which, or not the Heritage, sorry, the Hertz Edition, the Hertz car, so the rent-a-car. One of our good friends bought one to go with his old classic Hertz car, the black with gold stripe. Now, that 10-speed automatic transmission is pretty awesome transmission. When you do downshifts, it does rev match and everything, and it's pretty quick on responses. The downshifts aren't as good. It's kind of better if you just put it in automatic and let the car do itself and not use the paddles. So hopefully Ford revamps that if they do go with that option in the GT500. But if they do go automatic, I kind of hope that they'll go with the PDK transmission, a 7-speed, just so it's quick responses. Because me, I like a manual car. I do love the Porsche GT3 RS. It's kind of my favorite car, and I have driven one. Thank you, Sonny. And that automatic transmission with the PDK, you know, the paddle shifts, it's badass. You can hear it working, you know, it makes that little whine and it clicks into gears. It's awesome. So I would totally go with that instead of the manual if I was to pick between the two. Even though I'm not really that interested in the new GT500, I'll make another video explaining whether or not I'm gonna buy one. And that'll go in more depth about the vehicle. So another thing, the GT500 isn't going to be a limited production car like the R. Ford Performance is going away with the GT350R. They aren't making it again. It's done 2018. It's going to be the last year that they make that car, and that was confirmed from a couple sources. A couple dealership sources. What Ford ended up doing was, with the new 2019 GT350, all they're going to be doing is putting the Michelin Cup, these tires, the Cup Sport 2s or whatever they're called, on the new GT350s, along with some suspension modifications, kind of to go away with the R. And then the GT500 is going to be the replacement of the R, even though it's not going to be a limited numbered car. Like 1,500 of the R's are limited. It's going to be produced in a widespread, so there's not going to be a shortage of them. And that's, you know, another thing to factor when you guys are going to go buy this GT500 when it first comes out, because the dealerships that I've talked to, they already have their build sheets or their allocations for the GT500, along with the 2019 GT350. And all the dealers that I've talked to three or four, and they all just want a crazy above sticker price, kind of like they did with the R, but these are even higher than that, because the GT500 is, it might be, I'm not too sure yet, it might be more expensive MSRP than the GT350R. So we'll see how that is. The new GT500 is going to be a supercharged 5.2 liter cross plane crank, not a flat plane crank like the 350. Ford stayed true to their word, and they're only using the 5.2 liter Voodoo engine flat plane crank in the GT350s. No word yet whether they're going to bring it back for another car, but in the GT500 Predator, the 2020, it's going to be a cross-plane 5.2 liter V8 supercharged with 720 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque with a curb weight of, let's check here, 4,225 pounds. So a quite heavier car than the GT350 and GT350R, especially with the weight savings of the GT350R. Now, I did see the pictures come out for the new GT500, and it looks like they're going to use the carbon fiber rims and a carbon fiber wing, along with some carbon fiber touches like a hood vent, carbon fiber hood vent. Now, I don't know if it's going to be necessarily carbon fiber. Just from the picture from the Sinister guy on Instagram, it looks like the same exact rims from GT350R. The car is going to have a top speed of 190 miles per hour. Hopefully they'll bump that up and just get 200. It'll be the first Ford Mustang to be 200 miles per hour. I'm almost positive. What else? It's going to have a wheelbase of 107 inches. The car is also going to rev to 7,500 RPM, not 8,250 like the GT350, so a little bit lower RPM, but a lot more power. Ford also said that this car is going to complement the weaknesses of the GT350, so pretty much just add some power to it. It says that it's going to be capable on the track, but it's going to be most desired for a straight line vehicle. And it's going to put down the power a lot differently than the GT350. They say that it's not going to spin tires as easily. So that goes back to confirming that they might go with that PDK transmission, or the PCT transmission, as they say. But it's going to be a double clutch transmission, and it's going to put the power down to maximize the performance of a straight line. To get the best 0 to 60 time, the best quarter mile time, and all those things. Which is, you know, to me, I love everything about the GT350 and the GT350R, the power and everything like that, along with the trackability of the car, if that's a word. I'm sure it is. Even if it's not, I just made it. But yeah, all in all, the car looks pretty neat. Hopefully they make a cool gray color, because ever since I had this GT350R, I love the Avalanche and all the grays that have come. Thank you, Audi, for your Nardo gray. It's really made every other car company step up their gray game. So if you're planning on picking up one of the 2020 GT500s, just know that dealers are going to be bumping up that MSRP. Well, adding a nice little above sticker price to that MSRP. And keep in mind that this car is not going to be a limited production car. It's going to be overly produced. There's going to be lots of them. So if you just wait, I'm sure once they just start flooding dealership, you know, flooding the doors of dealerships and sitting on the floors, dealerships are going to start to let them go for MSRP, maybe a little bit less. And that's the best time to go in and get one. If it is a limited number car, which it's not going to be, then I would say it might be worth, you know, paying a little bit of a premium for the vehicle. But from everything that I've read in all my sources and the dealerships, they say that it's not going to be. I'd love to be proved wrong, and well, prove them wrong. I'm just giving you the information that I've been given. And expect that these 2020 GT500s are going to be hitting dealership floors late 2019. So if you really want to get one, I would go to your local dealership or call around to the Ford dealerships and try to get your allocation in now, and be willing to pay that high sticker price, and good luck. Other than that, that's all the information I really have right now about the GT500. Know that the GT350R is no longer coming. The new GT350 2019 has some improvements, and the GT500 is going to pick up on all the weaknesses of this car. So pretty much just add some power, and it's going to be more of a straight line vehicle, but also track capable. So if you want to carve some back roads, then it's going to do every bit of that. And it's probably going to have the, you know, the nice tires and everything like that. It's also going to have a winter, wet, track, sport, and comfort mode, just like the GT350 and GT350R has. It's going to be interesting to see if Ford does come out with a manual option over the automatic option, and it'll be really interesting to see how many people go with that, kind of like the Dodge Demon, how it's just an automatic transmission. It'd be really crazy to see Ford just drop a manual out of a Mustang. It's kind of like Mustang's pride on having a Tremec manual transmission. Well, Tremec in this, they use different manual transmissions in other vehicles, but it'll be interesting to see whether or not it's going to have a manual and automatic option. And if it's just automatic, I'm sure Ford will develop it good enough to please many people. Thanks guys for watching, and if I get any more information, I'll make another video on the car, the 2020 GT500. Also, I'll make another video if I'm going to buy a GT500 or not, and my reasons why or why not. Also, I'm going to make a video on how to get your cars ready for hibernation. The Piggy Garage cars, they go away for the winter. They don't come out and see snow and all that stuff. Sorry, it's just not how I plan to drive a rear-wheel drive car with very little tread on the back. So I'll do a video going over that, how to get your car ready. I also bought a car bubble, and I'll be showing you guys how to install that and the perks of it, and if it's worth it, it is worth it. But more videos to come, guys, and as always, thanks for watching. Sorry if I haven't gotten a video out to you guys in a while. It's my fault. I've been kind of busy, but trying to get as many videos out to you guys as I can, and I thought this was a good video, being I drive a lot of Ford vehicles and I love Ford. So the 2020 GT500, here it is for you. Just some information that if you guys missed it or you already had it. Once again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks, guys.